Stardew Valley is a farming RPG heavily inspired by the 1996 classic Harvest Moon. The game was made by one man named Eric Barone, also known as Concerned Ape. This guy was grinding for 4 years on this masterpiece, and meanwhile I won't even get a haircut because I'm worried about having a panic attack. In Stardew Valley, you play a young man or woman who is desensitized to the monotony of adult life. You've been working for Mart, this mega corporation which has no scruples when it comes to outcompeting small family-owned businesses. And one day at your job, you remember an enclosed letter that your deceased grandpa gave you before he died, with instructions to only open it when you inevitably realize that your life fucking sucks. And I'm hardly even exaggerating here. He doesn't say there may come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life and your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. He says, there will come a day. Thanks, Grandpa. You come to find that he's left you a small farm in a town called Stardew Valley, and has given you the task of making it thrive again. Wow, this place is a mess. I better get to work. So I started with simple tasks, clearing the fields, mingling with the townsfolk, and planting crops. I spent all my money towards the farm, hoping I'd see a return on my investment. And lo and behold, I was in business. I was pleased to be welcomed into this tight-knit community. Working for the benefit of myself and others in a meaningful way stood in stark contrast to my depressing desk job, caked in fluorescent lighting. As time went on, I developed new skills and ways of turning a profit. One day I was returning from the beach collecting seashells and I met someone who took my breath away. I was in love. I made sure to give him as many gifts as possible because I wanted him to dance with me at the spring flower dance. But when it was finally time, I realized that the feeling wasn't mutual. I was crushed, embarrassed, infuriated. I became callous and focused on spending every waking moment on my work. I wasn't taking care of myself and occasionally was even hospitalized from exhaustion. I no longer took interest in the people of Stardew Valley, though I would occasionally give them my trash just to spite them. I was determined to show Elliot that he made a big mistake, and before long, I was rolling in cash, selling expensive artisan goods, drinking 8 cups of coffee a day minimum, and I named all of my livestock after alleged Hollywood sex offenders. My farm was the envy of the town, but I still felt empty. I couldn't relate to the positive, cooperative attitude of the town dwellers, and my antisocial behavior became clear to me when I humiliated a homeless man for digging through the trash for food. I was ashamed of myself. It didn't feel like me. I knew I was better than that. But how do you see someone without looking at their actions? For a time, I tried to reverse the damage I had done, but for most of the townsfolk, it was too late. So I got a membership to Mart. I knew their community development project was unethical, but I was desperate for an ally in this foreign land. I was wealthier than I had ever dreamed, yet I was more afraid and lonelier than I thought possible. The only friend I had now was bought and paid for. I sold this town for the vacant smile of a faceless corporation, and it only cost me 5,000 gold.